Yo. This one's for Angel. He said, does it matter the type of string that you use, or is he just not good at edging because he's trying to use a string trimmer and it's not really working that well? Does he need to get a blade edger? Do you need a blade edger? Is the topic. When I first started, for the first couple years, I didn't even think about or really know what a blade edger was. It was the last thing on my mind. I just had my string trimmer and I just knew how to edge with it upside down, and I'd walk on the sidewalk. And tip, it's better to walk on the grass because it curves the grass in versus on the sidewalk. Unless you spin it a certain way, you know, but for the most part, at least for me on the grass, walking backwards along with the string line is how I do it. I just didn't have I didn't have a blade edger. If I had an overgrown yard, I would just do the edges as best as I could, but sometimes it was easy and it didn't matter and there was a groove that I could cut into. Perhaps the previous homeowner or the person cutting the yard, the company before me, already dug out the edge. But there's some yards where it's so damn overgrown, especially St. Augustine, or a yard where the sidewalk is weirdly formed, like in these new suburban sprawl neighborhoods that they're building in my area. The sidewalks suck and it goes in. You can't put a blade edger in there because the grass is like growing over it. It's like imagine a ingrown toenail. It's really weird. There's some yards where you got to use a string trimmer, and there's some yards where if they're overgrown you can still use a string trimmer, but there's some yards where it makes so much sense to use a blade edger because, one, you'll get done so much quicker. If it takes you 15-20 minutes to just beat it up with the edger and beat it up with the string trimmer, it will take you just 1 or 2 passes with the blade edger. 2, it will make it look so much better for some types of yards. Again, some yards you could just, like if it's Zoysia or Bermuda and it's maintained, you could whip it with the string trimmer one time, but there's just some yards where it looks way better and the groove is way better with the blade edger. And if anything too, like look, today I don't have my blade edger. I have the 3-tool set up for reals, just a blower edger and a mower. A blower, a trimmer, and a mower. All you got to do is the bladed edger for just the initial visit for a lot of these yards, and then that digs out a fat ass groove, and then after that you can maintain it with a string trimmer going forward. That's what I do. So I don't have it today, but yesterday I did have it. And talking about clothes again, I have my other Fila shirt on, but I have my khaki pants. I'll let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. So same outfit. Yeah, that's it for the blade edger. And then another one of y'all asked, does even the type of trimmer line matter? Does the cheap shit, is it okay to use the cheap shit like that you just get from Home Depot that's no name, or from like your hardware store, or is it better to get like Oregon or Black Diamond or Steel line? I think it's absolutely worth it to get the better line. Like the ugly stick and the Shakespeare line, that's what I used to use in the beginning, but I don't see anyone, like companies around me, using those little ones. They just have the fat spools or Red Armor or Oregon or Steel or whatever. Steel line, I bought a spool of it. I didn't like it. I felt like it was really like springy, like it was really curved, and it was annoying. When it came out of my spool of the trimmer line, it was like this versus being straight. The Oregon line, I bought that too. It was heavy duty, but I was just like, it wasn't enough to make me keep buying it. And the Black Diamond is cool, but it might use really quickly if you're against concrete and whatnot, but I still like the way it feels, sounds, and how good it cuts. The Red Armor line, I didn't like that one. There's Husky line, I got Tanaka line. Those were all right. I like the Echo line, but honestly, it doesn't really freaking matter. It's a free country. Buy whatever line you want. Peace.